What up, everybody? We back with another episode of UnorthoTalks. This one's gonna be a video, so if you're watching on YouTube, you will have a video feed, see us goofing around and all that shit. If you are listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify, well, you miss out. I'm back. It's me, Kanye James, and we're joined by the co-host, of course.
It's me and your boy Odie, aka Otis Dogs, back again. You know the vibes out here. And we got not a co-host, my bad. You had a guest today.
We got a guest.
I mean, y'all trying to look for a third? A trio?
Hey, could be a vibe. No,
the Three Musketeers?
Nice. But this is our good friend Allisa Lim. She was on season 1, so if you guys listen to that episode, you might remember. But introduce yourself real quick.
My name is Allisa Lim. My @ is Allisa.lim. And
what else? Do you have any other ads? Plug your
plugging other stuff? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I have a coffee blog called It's a Coffee Club. I write for a music blog called Serious Betty.
Jeez.
And I'm trying to start a new business, but I'm going to just leave it at that for now.
Everything's top secret for now. But
Top secret for now.
we also
Co-hostess with the mostest. Holy.
You know, it's been a minute since we had a guest on. So, like I said, this week we're gonna have a guest. Hopefully, next week we're gonna have a guest too. So, stay tuned. That one's gonna be crazy. That's a 10th episode. That's all I'm gonna say. Right? Stay tuned.
Thanks.
Stay tuned, people. But yeah, yo. So like always, how was your week, Kanye?
My week was pretty good. It was mostly me just like chilling. Saturday I went out. I got sushi Saturday, so that was
Yeah. Hey, what kind of sushi you like, bro?
I don't know, bro. Like I like anything with like salmon. I'm
Did
simple,
you just
bro.
go?
Hey?
Man's always
chill
going
out,
to
chill
sushi.
out,
Is
chill
that all
out,
you
chill
eat?
Chill out. Like I don't know. Like if as long as it doesn't have like cream cheese in it, I'm good.
The one with the
Or
cream
like
cheese is
anything
low-key
weird.
fire, though. No cap.
That's cap.
No.
You're eating a Philly roll, bro?
Yes, sir.
I don't really like the cream cheese either. I'm not into like the cream cheese like dumplings too, that tempura stuff.
No, the cream cheese dumplings so fire. Oh my.
Nah.
The cheese wontons
I'm
are
with you.
fire.
Yeah, the wontons, not the
Oh,
dumplings.
sorry, the
cheese
wontons.
wontons
Yo,
are fire.
fire. That's straight fire.
Absolute
I can eat so many
flames.
of those, yo.
Nah, I'm
Oh
with
my
you. Can I
God.
actually? I'm into like the giris, or like I'll just eat like the like just the raw
I
salmon.
remember a girl asked one time, she said she like nigiri sushi. I said, what the fuck is that? She's like, you don't know what that is? I said,
It's just a raw fish with the rice, bro.
I don't know what it is. But anyway. Okay, so what else did you
And
do? Just sushi and what?
Gym's reopening, bro. You know I had to
Oh,
get
did you
a
touch?
little workout. You know the vibes, bro.
Okay. Tell us how the first experience at the gym was for you.
It was bro. I walked. So I got a little story, bro. It was like a lineup outside because you had to reserve it, right? For Fit for Less. So there was a lineup outside. I get in line. I'm doing my thing. I'm just sitting there waiting. So usually I would go and put my shit in a locker, but I'm like, nah, I gotta tap in immediately. So I'm walking. There's this dude right on my heels, bro. I'm like, yo, like, why are you up my ass right now? So I walk to the bench. This man sees me going to the bench. He's like, oh, let me just leave. But it was like, because I feel like it was the first day, right?
Yeah, on Friday.
Everyone was waiting for a bench, bro. Like everyone's asking me, yo, how many sets you got left? How many, like, I'm like, bro, can y'all relax? I literally just sat down and y'all are asking me like, how many sets do I got
Mans
left?
were
Like
fiending for the bench, bro.
they
I
were
knew last
fiending
year,
for it, bro.
That's how it was at Planet Fitness, bro. You can never use the bench because mans were just hogging that, yo. I'm just like, you know what? I'll let you guys hug that for now. But yeah, mans were
Bro,
fiending
mans
for
were
the bench,
on
dog.
me.
Jeez,
Like man started like there was a man who was watching me. I'm like, yo, you good? He just walks away. I give the bench to another guy. This guy's like, yo, I was waiting. I'm like, you ain't saying nothing to me. What are you doing? You stared at me and left.
Bro,
So
you know what?
it
I
was an
wonder if there's any
experience.
beef things at the gym, Things like that.
I bet there was during like peak hours, bro. I feel like
Yeah.
that's when like the hot heads are going and shit. So,
That's crazy.
but
Okay.
it was good. It wasn't packed. It was like I'd compare it to when like shit was like normally open to when it was like like off-peak hours. Like there
Mm.
wasn't too many people. If you wanted to do something specific that like wasn't benching, you could do it. But I mean, I had a good time. I got in
I feel
everything
like I
I
can
wanted to do.
go like a little bit longer without like the gym because I have like all my weights in the
True.
backyard too. So like I
Yeah.
until like I feel like I'm starting to plateau a little bit is when I'll like start hitting up the gym. But that means I have to like cancel my card right now. And what they only freeze it for 3 months.
If you can
Freeze
freeze
it.
it, then maybe go for
Home
that.
fitness.
But
Oh, home fitness. Okay, that's right there.
home fitness,
Sorry?
true. If you can freeze it, like that'd be perfect, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's cheap anyways.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's all you
What about
did,
you
bro.
guys?
Oh, I
What
see.
about you
Let me
guys?
tap in real quick because you know me, I'll be talking. Okay. What did I do? So, this week I got a new tat.
Ooh.
Oh, ooh.
I got a new tat. I went to the movies for the first time in like a year. Went to see Black Widow. It's decent, not bad. Probably like eight out of 10. It's pretty cool.
Mid
It's
said decent,
crazy
but
though
8 out of
because,
10.
bro, you know it's crazy because Black Widow was based during like Civil War with Captain America. I think that's what it's called. The movie
Yeah.
316. That was based when she was on the run. So that whole movie is based around that.
Ooh.
So you know the thing about Marvel, the thing about that I love so much is that they can branch off stories with so much things. You know, they can do like
Yeah.
prequels, they can do whatever sequels, whatever, whatever. But I did that, so that was cool. It's been a long time. Today I had brunch with Allisa, hence why we're live in the flesh. Right now we're
Facts,
sharing our
facts.
AirPod though. It's kind of I forgot the mic at home, so but just allow it.
This is a
Hopefully,
little bit spontaneous doing it this
yeah.
way.
So just allow it, whatever. But what else did I do? That's pretty much it. I don't know. How about you, Allisa? What'd you do? How was your week?
My week actually, honestly, this week has been probably one of my busy weeks just because I had to work my regular job like all day, and then
Mm.
I had to really like go ham with my other jobs at night. And so I
She
felt
has
like
like
I
four
had,
jobs.
yeah, I felt like I had like
Always.
12 to 15-hour work days every single day this week. But I was with my man's on Monday, and I
Mm.
was with him earlier today
Ooh.
to do some shopping because he's on his way to go to Vancouver.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah,
okay.
and so did that, and then I also like shop for some new items too. So I got like this crew neck that I'm wearing today,
Levi's.
but
Currently wearing. Okay,
currently wearing.
okay.
She couldn't wait, yo. She had to put it on
I
right
couldn't
away,
wait,
yo.
it's looking good, looking fresh, and then I hung out with my roommates and stuff like that. So it was a pretty good wholesome week. My brother's been coming to visit me a lot too, which is awesome. So some family time
Love
too.
to see
I
it.
lost my keys though. This is a
Mm.
big problem.
Explain how you lost your keys
It was
for
my
people that
friend's
don't know.
birthday yesterday. It was on Friday. It was my friend's birthday on Friday, so we went to Cabana and we got we got a bottle. We got a bottle of Moet and a bottle of 1808
Mm.
tequila, and it was just three girls, including myself, so four in total. And then we went on this like whole thing downtown, and I must have lost my keys somewhere. More drinks at apartment, and it sucks because like I've never lost anything when I went clubbing or drunk. Like I've been pretty good, but we're lightweight after a whole 2 years of panoramic, so
Yeah.
Facts.
So it hits you differently, you feel me?
hits you differently. But it was fun.
Whole Panasonic, bro. Holy.
That's crazy. All right, so you know the time it is. Right now is when we talk
Yes,
about,
sir.
we get into some topics within the quick strike segment. So can I do your thing?
Of course, cue the music.
That's the music. That's the quick strike music.
I should harmonize with you.
Big facts. So
I
first
have to.
topic of the day, just real quick. Let's touch on the NBA Finals game yesterday. I missed it. Like I said, I was at the movies. But Kanye, did you see that play at the end with Giannis with that
I
alley oop, bro?
I saw clips, bro, and I I I I don't know. You can tell right now I'm kind of speechless.
Bro, that was crazy. That was crazy. I'm
Like
not
it
gonna
was
lie.
wild.
People gonna have to give Giannis his flowers this finals appearance, yo. If he pulls it off too, I think like I think I told you. Did I say it? I don't know if I said it on this podcast, but I said the Suns will go to the finals. I said maybe they'll win, but I said the Bucks go to the finals. The Bucks are beating the Suns, and like
You
they're
you've
one win
been
away.
saying you've been saying like it would be a Bucks Suns finals though.
Exactly.
I feel
So
like
hey,
we have
it
you
might
on
happen,
record
but
saying that.
Bucks are up 3-2. The Suns pretty much
3-2.
they were up
But
by like double
I told
digits.
you, whoever gains the momentum, I feel like the
Mm,
Bucks just absolutely snatched it, winning back to back in Milwaukee, and then the Suns just can keep up.
hmm
So I feel like if they can keep it up next game, they got it in the bag, to be honest.
The thing is, I kind of get it because the Suns are kind of like inexperienced. They just got. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
they got lucky because injuries is part of the game, but to get to the finals in the first time making the finals, making the playoffs in 11 years and getting to the finals, they're gonna run into a team that has more, I guess, what's the word? That have more experience in the playoffs. So they're gonna run into a team that's like the Bucks are fairly healthy. Giannis had his issues and stuff. So
I
you
wouldn't
know,
even
I,
say like experience though. I'd just say that gel's better because realistically, taking out Bledsoe, replacing him with Giroud just gives you a better option at the
okay.
point guard. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the main players are still the same players from before. Adding PJ Tucker, PJ doesn't really score. He just kind of plays defense. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you still got the same scorers, and I want to give Middleton his flowers, bro. Middleton been going in.
He's sauceless, but he's been doing his thing. So
Yeah.
I gotta appreciate that. But who knows? I feel like I don't know. Milwaukee, going back home, game 6, they should take it, but I want to see a game 7, low key.
I
So
would like to see Game
you
Seven.
would like exactly, and if it goes to game
Yeah,
seven, I feel like it's anyone's game because Suns are going to be at home, but like you said, Milwaukee has momentum right now, so I don't
yeah.
foresee them losing in Milwaukee on Tuesday night. But hey, we'll see. It is what it is. Like
Anything
they
can
got, and
happen.
they need to get it done because with the Nets coming back up, Raptors are going to be back in Toronto. Up and coming teams in the East. Obviously this is their time to get it done and
Yeah,
win. But
it's like
hey,
this. If any time was to win it, it would be this time.
mm-hmm. But
So,
speaking real quick, speaking of sports, on I think it was Saturday, TFC played their first home game in Toronto since who knows when, and the Jays actually got approved to come to play home games in Toronto July 30th. So, what are your thoughts on that?
oh really? That
Yes,
that's
sir.
pretty dope. I'd love to go see a Jays game.
No cap.
Before the Panasonic, bro. For my birthday in 2019, I went to a Jays game, and like it's cool. I love going to Jays games. You just hang out, have a good time. I have been to a TFC game before, so it would be
Really,
something like I'd want to do now that shit's open. It's probably gonna be like crazy as hell to try and get like a ticket or some shit,
hundred
but
percent. Yeah.
like I think it's great for Toronto sports to be actually coming back to Toronto.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the Jays are good. It's actually fun. I used to work in like the premium suites as like a
Really.
server, and if you can get a box, like somehow I don't know, a lot of people can get a box like through their workplace, but it's
Mm-hmm.
actually pretty sick. And they like you're in there, you have like good viewing seats, and it's like you and your crew.
Really.
Yeah,
Okay. But yeah, you know what? I'm just happy about this because obviously, like, once the NBA season starts up again after the finals and stuff, obviously the Raptors are going to be back in Toronto. So,
facts.
it's a vibes because I've been waiting to go back. I've been waiting like I don't know when was the last time I've been to a Raptors game. It was the playoffs 2019 when we won. It was first round. So I've been waiting this whole time because I wanted to see like the championship banner and the rafters and stuff.
Hmm.
I've been waiting, so I didn't get to do it 2020, the beginning of 2020, because I was waiting. I wanted to go to the playoff game, but hey, I'll be back there. So that's cool. We're kind of getting back to normal. Concerts are coming back too. So I'm looking forward to it. That's tough. So
Just a sign of everything going right.
yes,
So,
sir.
Concert
So
is gonna be exciting. Actually, when I was on my way to Cabana, there's like a stage at Rebel,
mm,
right? And they started. There was like someone doing sound checks, so they're doing concerts. Concerts are coming back. Whether that's like if you come in with a car, or like doing like social distance like concerts. But at my job, like we're allowed to do in person camp like stuff. We're getting Fred Van Vliet to come through for a speaking engagement.
oh,
so he
that's
doesn't get
tough.
traded though.
I know that's what we're
Chill
scared
out.
of.
You never know what
Chill
happens from
out.
now to then, but
Hmm.
I don't see him getting traded, but who knows? Anyway, next topic. Can we talk about the Sony State of Play? I think Kanai, you probably know more about it. I just want to touch on it real quick.
Oh,
Yeah,
so that happened. I want to say like last week,
yeah,
really.
last week.
Basically, Sony skipped E3. They were like, well, I feel like it was because everything with the pandemic. They were like, you know what? If we want to show off what we got, we should show it off on our own, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Um, For me personally, it was a lot of indie titles, and I'm not huge on indie titles. Like if you want to do like your own thing, I feel like you should show off like big titles because
Yeah,
by avoiding E3, you're like yeah, we're better than E3. You know what I mean? Like they're basically saying they're better than that, but then you come out and like your whole presentation's whack. Like the best game they probably showed was Death Stranding, which is already a game that's out. It's just a director's cut. So,
Oh wow, really?
um,
Okay.
yeah. So I feel they showed Deathloop, but I have no idea what that is, to be honest. I'll be real with you. Um, but I feel like if you want to do something on your own, you shouldn't have just indie titles. It should be something like big.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on it though?
That's the thing, because I was like, as a PS5 owner, a man like me,
A lie. You've been hungry
hey,
for games,
bro,
bro.
I've been hungry for games. There hasn't been a lot of games that come out since the system came out, so it's kind of lacking, and it's just kind of weird because in the past you have way more, title exclusives or even just big games altogether. So I didn't
Yeah.
really hear about anything at all. I was waiting. That's why I'm asking you about
That's
it more. So
that's what I
yeah.
mean, bro. Like it happened and it was like I noticed it because someone else was talking about it and I was like, "Oh, like
Mm-hmm.
that shit happened already?" kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I
But
don't know. I'm not too happy with that. Like just considering it's a lot of indie titles they showed, and like I'm not really into that. Like there could be some good indie games that I play once in a while, but I'm not really. I don't look for that shit. If I find it by
yeah,
accident, sure. But like I want some new games, bro. And I don't know. I'm just like I play the same games on PS5. I don't really like if I play, I'll play like 2K sometimes, or I'll just play like some random shit. I play UFC. I even play WWE, bro. I don't even care. I'll play something like that, because it's just boring. There's nothing to play. Like literally, there's nothing to play. And then like I can play God of War. I can play all those other games, but I don't. I'm not really good at video games. So I like playing like sports games more so. I'm not good at like
yeah.
what are they called? What are they called?
RPG?
Not RPG. Yeah, RPG is one of them. There's another one. It's like when you like
Shooters,
platformer.
platformers.
Yeah, sometimes the puzzles are a little hard and shit, so I don't like the puzzles. But just the combat and stuff, I'm good on that. But yeah,
This
Sony
man
stepped it
getting
up
tripped up
because,
by games that are rated E10, bro.
bro, listen, hey, crazy. Listen, so Sony got to step it up because Xbox with the Game Pass, that shit is crazy. So I don't know. I have some
Xbox
hope, but
owners eating good, bro. I'll be
Xbox
real.
is doing nice right now. I'm kind of jealous, but it is what it is. Also, real quick, I want to chime this in real quick. Apparently, Justin LaBoy, that's how you say it, Justin LaBoy, respectfully, whatever that guy said, that Kanye is coming out with an album this week. This week. So,
This
yo,
week,
listen. He said it's going to be, yo, he said just listen. Once it comes out, just know. Now it's hyping it up like it's going to be the best album ever. He said Kanye's rapping like he's broken hungry. So, hey, if Kanye is back, just stop listening to your favorite artists because it's a rap. Whole summer is on lockdown. I'm telling you right now.
I mean, you said that like everyone should who's trying to like pull out an album now should just hold it off because
Yeah,
Kanye's just gonna take the scene.
so let's see it because you remember how Kanye caps with his albums. He says it'll come out, and it doesn't come out, and you're waiting, and you're waiting. So let's see because it didn't come from his mouth; it came from someone else's mouth. But if it's like a surprise album, streets are waiting. Streets are waiting.
Everyone's
that's
waiting for
what
new
I was
music right
thinking,
now.
bro.
Like, what the hell?
Exactly. So it's just like it's a perfect time. Summertime. We need like I feel like Essence by Wizkid. It's a summer track, but that shit came out like January. I've been bumping it, but a lot of people are getting onto it now. It's a perfect summer track. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. So Kanye's coming, but speaking of music, Pop Smoke dropped his second album, like we alluded to in the last podcast. He said we are gonna do a quick review of it, so I just want to touch on it quick.
Yes,
Did you
sir.
listen to the full album? Can I?
I listened to a full album, start to
Okay,
finish.
Alyssa, you listened to some of it. I played for you some when I was
Yeah,
here
we
today.
played it before.
Yeah, we played some of it, and just like I want your thoughts. What are your thoughts on it? First, you just from what you heard, what do you think about it?
Well, I love Pop Smoke. I'm not like a huge Pop Smoke. You couldn't tell me like, yo, finish the lyrics or anything, but
You wouldn't pass the snaggy mode test.
he'll be telling me like, you gotta do this dare.
Yeah.
But I just love his voice. It's just so unique. It's like the perfect rap voice, and like if you're trying to get into a mood, like Pop Smoke's the way to do it. I was saying earlier, it's just so funny because I'll play Pop Smoke while I'm driving downtown Toronto. I'm this 5'2" girl pulling up my seat real close to the steering wheel because my feet don't touch the ground in a Honda Civic. I'm just banging it with the bass like going forward, but it's great. I love it.
Okay, Kanai, what are your thoughts? Because I have a few things to say. I have my tracks, but what do you think about it?
I I um I read this online somewhere that it was more of a the industry featuring Pop Smoke kind of album, and
Yeah.
like I liked it, but that is very much how the album felt to me.
Hmm.
Um, and like I'll keep it like a stack with you, bruh. Like I did not like the song Demeanor at all.
That's the one
Apparently
Dua
people
Lipa, right?
yeah,
That song is
people really
asshole.
liked it, but
Who?
I did
Who?
not like it.
Yo, tell me, show
Like
me who likes it, bro. I gotta talk to them because this cat, this cat,
chill out.
nah.
But like I was listening to it and I was like, nah, like I don't even think like Pop would like want this. Like he'd want a feature with Dua Lipa kind of thing.
Mm,
The two tracks that followed it, to be honest, I didn't like either. It was featuring Pharrell, and I didn't like the Cuddy track.
mm.
I'll be real.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. Not gonna lie.
But otherwise, like the first half is
Mm-hmm.
definitely better than the second half. The second half's more of a like a pop feel, but
Mm-hmm.
like the first half's better. But I liked it. I
Yeah.
liked it as a whole,
See, that's the thing.
excluding
I'll
the two
say
tracks.
the album is definitely a tale of two halves. Like the first half is way better than the second half. They kind of have the same feel. Like I was saying, like it kind of feels like something that Pop Smoke would put out if he was alive, compared to his last album, which is way more, a lot of more commercial songs, which was still a good album. But I feel like this album was more like you had that, you know, that Pop Smoke feel, like for his mistakes when he was dropping when he was alive. But anyway, like I'm
Yeah,
saying, yeah, the first half was way better than the second half. And you can and the near the end you can listen to some tracks that you know had some recycled lyrics from like his old tracks too. So it's just like, it didn't really flow together. But honestly, my favorite song on it, wait, let me bring it up right now because which one? Let's see. 30 featuring Busy Banks, fire.
yeah,
Television featuring
banger.
Kanye and Pusha, fire. Manslaughter featuring Rick
I
Ross and the Dream,
wish Kanye did
fire.
more on that though.
Bro, Kanye, you know all he
I
did? All
really
he did
wish
was
Kanye
do a
did more
little
on
like
that.
1, 2 sentences and that's it, bro. He didn't really spit on it. So hey, but if we get in an album this week, it's all worth it. It is what it is. But Woo Baby with
That's
Chris
it.
Brown, I can hear that in the club, yo. I can hear that in the club.
That's a
Merci
bop,
beaucoup.
bro.
I like that one.
That's a bop.
What else? Top Shot, I like that one. Mr. Jones, I like that too. So it's like I'll say, out of 10, what are we rating? I want everyone to have one little rating. So you go first because you listened to only half of it, but just from what
You
you're
go
I
first,
mean,
hearing,
it was
Allisa.
good to me, but you couldn't tell me like
From what you've heard.
from what you
from
heard,
what I heard.
like
I
out
would
of
say it
10.
was like a 7. I would listen to it.
Okay. No, how about you?
Honestly, like it would be higher, but I didn't even save the tracks, bro. I deleted them. But
Guys are
Demeanor, the
deleting the
song with
tracks.
with Cuddy and Pharrell,
Mm,
just sounds so different to me that I'd give it like a 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Like if it was more coherent, I'd give it a
So
higher
for me, I'm gonna
rating.
have to agree. I feel like 7.5 is a good rating to give it. It's not too high, it's not too low. Just because, like I said, it's like an album of a tale of two halves type thing. 7.5 is like the perfect thing. I feel like it didn't have to be 20 tracks or however long it was. I feel like it could have been like 15 even. You could have cut off like 5 tracks.
Yeah, to be honest.
But it's always good to hear like new Pop Smoke. Like for me, it was like Pop. I love Pop Smoke. Even when he was alive, everything he just whatever. So it's just like it's good to hear new Pop Smoke. But I hope obviously there's a deluxe album coming out. You're gonna pour on more tracks on that. So like I don't know. Hopefully they don't overdo it because last year when he had his deluxe album out, they put out like 15 more songs or 10 songs. I don't know. Don't quote me on
Yeah.
that, but something like that. So if they put out deluxe with like 5 tracks on it, that's fine. But I don't want to see another Pop Smoke album after this. I feel like we're good off the two. If they want to put him on a feature or something, because like
Yeah,
whatever, that
like
makes more sense. But
just like a verse he had or something.
yeah, because like we said last week,
Yeah.
Mans were saying they have like 400 either tracks or like verses or whatever with Pop Smoke on it. So it's like the catalog can be endless, but just like what is that what Pop Smoke would want? That's what you got to think about too. And it's like I don't know because there was a podcast where his mom and brother were talking about it, and then they said like my boy Dak actually. Nance was telling us. He told me that like no one on his team they reach out to them or whatever. No one sent them flowers or whatever after Pop like passed away, and like you just don't know who they talking about. You talking about mans in the industry, or they talking about like the mans on his team and shit like that, right? So it's just like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like we said last week, as long as like the family's eating, that's fine. But if it's the label's just gonna profit off it, then I don't really like that. But it is what it is, bro. That's the music industry these days. So, but that concludes our quick strike segment.
I do want to say
Oh,
something real
okay,
quick though.
go ahead.
Um, there was no 5E feature,
He said he's gonna be on the
and there
deluxe.
wasn't. I feel like they need Lil TJ too.
TJ was
If they
on the.
wanted,
He was on it.
but I feel like bro, because it really felt like it very much was like a lot of industry heads
Hmm.
and not like I feel like Pop would have wanted more of like the people he rocked with, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel
On
you.
it. And apparently like those tracks leaked already with like people he rocks with them
Mm.
on them. Um so I want to see what the deluxe has on it kind of thing.
We'll see, but for now, 7.5 is a fair rating. But who
Yeah.
knows? It is what it is. But yeah, like I said, that concludes the quick strike segment. So now we're gonna get into our main topic of discussion for today's podcast, and it's about fatigue. So now you can explain that more, and we'll follow up with it.
All right. So for me, have you ever been like I said for me, I don't know what I'm talking about. Have you ever been so fatigued of something that you love that you just can't do it? And it doesn't have to be like forever. It could be momentary. I'll give an example for myself and for Mr. Florida Man Jerome. Um, so for me, it's kind of ongoing. Video games and like anime, of course.
Mm.
Because I am like huge on both of those, as probably everybody knows at this point. Um,
Anime man, yo,
but
some man just all that.
like there have been points where like I'll just be like, okay, I've watched so many shows, but I literally like just don't want to watch anything right now, or I've played whatever I don't want to play right now. Like like you're not like depressed,
Mm.
you just don't want to do it because you feel like you've done it so much that you're bored of it. You know what I mean?
So is that? Are you trying to say like being fatigued about like the things you love in life, or what? Or is like,
Yeah. So
mm,
the case for Jerome is that when we were in university, me and Jerome would go crazy. We'd just be watching animes for no reason, and now it's reached a point where he watched so much that he claims he's taking a break, but I don't know how long this break's gonna be, kind of thing. Because Jerome still enjoys like anime shit. It's just that he's not watching them right now because he did it so much back then that he's tired of it, if it makes sense.
Is it that like you just like want the excitement again? Like you know how
mm,
I don't know. There's some people I would say like it's kind of not related, but like if you smoke weed and people are like, oh, like it doesn't even make me high anymore. I have to smoke so much, so they take a break and then they
Kind
don't
of
try
like that. Yeah,
again,
yeah.
smoke
just
again.
so that they
Where
can feel
you've
it like easier. Or like same if you're drinking coffee, like you want to
yeah.
like you want to feel excited again because I don't know you've done so much of it
I've
for so
never been
long.
sick of coffee. I love coffee. I've never been sick of
Yeah.
coffee. No cap.
But have
Yeah,
you ever
Honestly,
been sick of anything, bro? Like you've just
sometimes like
never?
not. I'm just trying to think. That's why I'm trying to understand them more. Like the things I
Fair
love,
enough.
maybe like I like true crime stuff. I like basketball. I love
Mhm.
like sneakers. Sometimes I get okay sneakers. I get sick of that shit sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Like lining
Yeah.
up fucking stores and stuff just to try to get a pair for retail, and it's just like, yo, I just get so like exhausted. I'm like, I'm tired of this. Why do I gotta do this all the time just to get sneakers? Because it's not fair anymore. With the bots online and then the resellers and stuff, you don't have a chance. So it's like, if I want a pair or something, someone's gonna tell me I have a plug or something. Tell me, oh, yo, they're dropping these right now. I pull up. I literally live 5 minutes away from like the eating center and like the Jordan store or whatever, all that there. I'll still line it up. I'm like one of the first people there, and it's sold out. So stuff like that. And I tell my sister, I'm like, yo, honestly, I might retire for a bit because it's just so exhausting. It's so annoying, just like doing that over and over and over again. But that's sneaker culture, right? That's
mhm.
that's what it is. But I get what you're saying when it comes to that
Yeah.
because I get sick of it sometimes. I want to take a break and like, but it just sucks me back in. The shoe I really want, and you got to pay resale sometimes. But that's why it's easier to pay resale. That's why companies like StockX and all the reselling stores and marketplaces like that are eating because people get exhausted like me, bro. Like I have a job, bro. I can't just be like whenever a man's calling me, yo, come to the store right now. I gotta go run out and just line up and stuff. Like, bro, I'm not a young man no more. Like, I don't have the time to do that, bro. It's not like I'm on summer break. Like I have school. I'm on summer break or whatever. Nah,
Yeah.
bro. Like so it's just like stuff like that. Yeah, I can see it from that. Yeah. So.
Mhm. I don't know. I see
What
fatigue in
about
two
you,
different
Allisa?
ways. I like can agree with you that I experience fatigue maybe like with cooking. So I used to cook all the time, like bare. Now I don't really cook that much. It's like kind of, I have fatigue in being creative and cooking new shit all the time and trying to find new recipes. And so there's that, or I feel fatigue in like my fashion, and now I just kind of feel like I wear the same thing all the time.
Yo, no, I was gonna say that. Literally, I was looking at my Instagram. I'm like, yo, I don't really dress up the way I used to dress up for these pics. No,
I just wear the same thing.
And I feel like it's because of like COVID and stuff. So you're not really out there, right? It's just so annoying. I'm like, yo, I have like no gear to wear. I have nothing. So
I guess why I want to wear the same things all the time. Like I'm too lazy, and maybe it's like I'm like too lazy to try again, and like I don't really see it. And like in my head, I'm like, oh, I'll just do it next year. You know what I mean?
You don't have the vision to like. Yeah, I get you with that.
But like the other side of fatigue, and then I don't know if you guys were, because like what I first thought of when you're talking about fatigue was burnout.
Burnout could be.
Yeah, even it's the same thing, to be honest.
Right? I experience burnout like all the time. Like,
because you be doing a lot, girl.
Yeah, I mean,
you do a lot.
This week, the last 2 weeks, I experienced burnout for 2 weeks, and I procrastinated my business idea because I was literally experiencing some hard ass discouragement. Like, I was so tired with working all my jobs and then having to take extra time in my nighttime where your evenings are meant for self-care or to hang out with your friends or to cook food or to clean. And I wasn't doing any of that because I had to make time to work my business. And then I was starting to feel discouraged that I couldn't do it anymore. And I couldn't really see like the end goal or for the launch. And maybe there's a bit of like imposter syndrome and emotional feelings. And so I felt so fatigued about that. Then I like got myself out of it because I had like deadlines I had to hit because I had a presentation this week. And then I went on this huge high for like 4 days straight, like just high, like working till like midnight. And then Thursday hit of this week and I burned out for like a full day. And like it was like stuff like that, and it's just like a continuous like struggle of like working and then fatigue and then like chilling out for a little bit, but then because you chilled out, you lost time to work.
Now the thing is with that, you gotta find like a good balance. I feel like between like work, play, study, whatever. You gotta have a good balance, or else you get burnt out. And it's not good to overwork yourself. Yeah, sure, you gotta push hard and work hard and shit, but like you need your alone time, you need your me time, you need to just chill out sometimes. So it's like, our good friends at the Mad Mix, they had a shout out Dag, shout out Malik, but they had a thing where they had a poll on Instagram talking about, do you have to work overtime or work on the weekends to like be successful, something like that, And
I saw that.
Yeah, you seen that, right? So it's just stuff
emotional.
Like that. You got emotional now because I voted no, bro. I need my
I relate. So hard.
I need that work-life balance. I don't care how much you're paying me. I do not care. I'm getting at least 2 days off, and I'm logging out at 5. I remember this week, some girl at my job, bro, I'm working. I'm doing a job for her, right? And she called me, and she emails me. She's like, "Oh, can you hop on a conference call? This is 5:15. I logged out at 5. I didn't answer. I looked at that. I seen that email. I just said, why am I answering like 2 hours? I'd be like, yo, my bad. I was out doing errands because I logged off, right? So I told her, yo, like, my bad. Like, I logged out at 5, but I can jump on the call tomorrow morning. She's like, bet. So now shorty, she plans a conference call 9 a.m. on the dot in the morning. Girl, I gotta log in. Like, let me log in. Why don't I log in? I'm jumping right into it. Like, mans are tired. Like, working from home now. You're just waking up. Let me like be fresh. Like do that like 9:15, 9:30. But whatever. It's just summer students. I'll allow her. But it's just stuff like that. You need that work-life balance. And you gotta like know how and when to balance stuff like that. You don't want to overwork yourself, and like you can still work hard at work. Like work hard during your work hours, yo. If you need to, like, be on your own time. If you want to do overtime, if you want to work on the weekends, that's on you. But at the same time, I just don't feel like it's healthy. Like I don't think that's like the right thing to go about things. Obviously, like the most successful people will tell you, yeah, I've been doing this. I hustle 9 to 5. Not even 9 to 5. I do like 12-hour days. I do this and that. Okay, good for you. But for me, work-life balance is important to me in every aspect of life.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
really.
I don't take my full-time job after hours ever, but I did like approach my manager and said like I'm not really feeling that fulfilled at my job, and that's why I try to find work everywhere else. So the problem about me is like I take on so many projects because I don't find fulfillment in my full-time role, and like I don't find that like my job and my full-time life is cool. Like I feel like if I were to quit this job, I would have nothing. So that's like really hard. So I told him that, and then we created like some hard milestones for like, and like every single 2 weeks we would meet up and chat. But I don't know, that definitely like, I mean, Vera Wang. Do you know who Vera Wang is? Like her first successful dress was at 40 years old, and like you hear about so many things like that, it makes you think. But I mean, what do you guys do in terms of like self care? What does your self care look like?
I take naps.
Yo, how many times do you take a nap during the 9 to 5? I take bare naps. I nap on my lunch break. I don't even eat.
Too.
I sleep. When 12 o'clock hits, y'all know I'm already napping, and I eat at 1.
I'm the nap king. If work is slow, I'll like literally say if I'm really, really tired, I'm exposing myself to hopefully no one's listening to this at work. But I'll log in. If it's slow, every like 10 minutes I'll set a timer and I'll just take like 10-minute intervals of naps, like just literally the whole time until I'm finally awake. Because like sometimes it's like very slow because my job's more hands on. So like it's like I'm still on my shit. Like I have my notifications on and everything, so I don't miss anything. But I take my naps. Like that's self care for me. I take naps. I just like sometimes I don't know. I just don't check my. What is this guy doing? I just don't check my phone sometimes.
Why are you laughing?
Bro, he's like, I take naps with 10-minute intervals.
Allow me, bro.
Actually, so I started doing this because I think our focus in our generation is like a lot less. So it's called like 20 minutes on and 10 minutes off. So like 20 minutes on, you're doing your work, and then 10 minutes off. So you're just like not going ham for maybe an hour straight. And it helps you with like doing your shit. So like realistically, your tasks should only take you maybe 20 minutes. Or it could take you 20 minutes 3 times. But then you're just spacing it out so you feel like a lot less. So once you start doing it, you'll actually automatically work 20 minutes and 10 minutes off. And so like once I do 20 minutes, I'll watch a video, I'll go take a snack or walk around, and then I'll come back and know like, okay, I just took a good break. And so you may be taking a million breaks throughout the day, but you're more productive.
Okay. Interesting.
That helps you with fatigue throughout the day, because like Zoom fatigue, computer fatigue, like we're on our shit like all day long. Like my laptop is I might as well fuck it. Like,
hello.
Wow.
I'm on my laptop all day long.
That's crazy.
My laptop is my like ride or die.
That's crazy. I was gonna say something. You know how like I'm gonna say.
How are you about to do me like that on a podcast?
Nah, it's just like how like the people that like dealing with animals.
Oh, TLC.
Chill out.
Addiction.
Chill out.
No, mine's just like workaholic life.
See some computer shit, get attracted to her computer, dog.
Holy bro.
I'm just saying, like I'm just on my shit.
This what you doing on the podcast, bro? You wow.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. I gotta coin a new term for that, bro. The people that are attracted to the computers, yo. But that's crazy. But yeah, what do you do to like help with like stuff like that?
For me, it is honestly taking a break from whatever it is. And my bigger thing is like working out, because it's like it's not something that I just do just to like have fun. It also relieves stress and shit.
Yeah.
So if I'm ever like, okay, well, I've done too much of whatever. Like back when I was at uni, if I needed like a study break, I'd have my gym clothes on me wherever I was going. So I'd just be like, all right, I need a break. I'm gonna hit the gym. Do you guys want to come, kind of thing? And then I'd take an hour in the gym, work out, and then immediately, if I was studying, go back to studying, kind of thing. So I wouldn't burn out. Or honestly, I really like cooking as well. So
what?
Girl, cook for me. What the hell?
Cook for what? I'm always pulling up with
I'm
food.
super low key about it too.
Hey, what's your specialty,
cooking.
What the hell?
I honestly I have no idea. Like it's like if I'll see a video of something and then I'll look up the recipe, kind of thing. That's how I used to do it.
Look at you.
But I do that or baking. Baking was huge for me as well. So if I was like, say I was like spending all night studying or whatever, like I'd take a break and then like bake something random.
Really?
So I'd make like brownies or like banana bread. There was like I'd just randomly have like banana bread because I'd be like studying so much, and I'd be like, all right, let me take a break and make some banana bread. And then I'd bring some to people and they'd be like, why'd you make banana bread? Were you not studying? And I'm like, yeah, but like I took a break, so I just decided to do that kind of thing. So those were like the three ones for me. I guess two if you count cooking and baking as the same thing.
Mhm.
I just found them kind of relaxing. So
Speaking of, I made banana bread not too long ago. Made it for the homies still. I think they said it was
how
good.
was that shit?
Who? What homies? Because like
Jerome,
I
Kyle,
didn't
and
get
Dak.
any.
Hey, I should have brought some because that was the day before the turn up.
Oh yeah.
I should have
Okay.
brought some. Damn. But yeah,
Fine.
Who's
I might bring
Mins?
some next time. That shit was
Okay.
decent. Just
Mins out here
out the
baking
blue.
and
Now the bananas
not
were too
letting
ripe. I
people
said, you
know.
know what? I gotta just deal with this
Yeah,
and just
that's
like
that's
make
the
the
best.
banana
That's the
bread.
best kind, bro.
Yeah, no,
When they're too ripe,
I'm gonna
just
tap it, put
make a
some
banana
walnuts in there or
bread.
something. I'll put that.
Hold on, hold on.
Keep
You
that zone,
you
something
try
like
to work, eh?
that. Question. Go ahead. Go before I
Well, I
ask
was
the
gonna
question.
say because like if you have fatigue with anime, do you end up watching other stuff?
I do like. It's funny because it's like I'm tired of anime, so it's like watching something else. I like if I'm tired of anime, I'll do like a recommendation someone gives me off Netflix kind of thing. Or like random TV shows that people tell you about. Like they'll be like in passing kind of thing as someone just walks by in the background. um, as I say passing, but like
No.
it's like if someone recommends a show to me, and I'll take that time to hopefully it's like done. I'll binge it, and then most of the time, by the end of whatever show I'm watching, I'll be like, okay, well, that was a lot, so let me watch some anime or some shit.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's usually
question.
what I do.
I don't
Do.
know. Like, I'm not trying to say it in any ill way, but do you guys find that you can get fatigue within like relationships with like your partner and stuff like that? Like, not even necessarily like get sick of them, but maybe you want your alone time, but more so like getting tired of going on dates, like doing stuff together, stuff like that. Like, do you guys find like that happens a lot or no?
Can you go first? Because you're in like the longest relationship out of all of us right now,
Hello.
currently in.
Just-
Oh, okay,
um,
it's okay. You don't have to.
no. I'll talk, but
This is
I
all
find
in
that
respect. This is respectfully
Yeah,
speaking.
a
respectfully
lie
speaking.
respectfully.
Respectfully.
Um,
We love you,
it's mainly
girlfriend.
because I'm more introverted.
Mm,
Mm.
So I do like after a long time of being social, like I do need to recharge a
mm,
little bit. Um, so like I do get like tired of like constantly being around someone kind of thing.
mm.
It's nothing personal either.
No,
It's
no, not
just
at
that
all.
like sometimes I'd rather like you do kind of need time to like do your own thing
Live
if you know what I mean.
our lives, grow in between.
Because it's interesting.
Yeah.
No cap. Like, it's interesting because I was thinking to myself, I was like pause, but I was thinking like, how would it be to like date Kanai? Because like, man's like nah, but for real, because you're more like introvert or whatever, right? And like you don't even
Yeah.
like link up to Mandem sometimes. So it's like, I wonder how it is to date him. Like, are you like It's just based off personalities, because you imagine, because like me and you were different, right? And it's just like just
100%.
like just wonder how it is in that dynamic, if like, oh, if I was dating this person, whatever, how would that be?
Hmm.
But that's
I
interesting.
will say a funny thing is when I stayed over at Olivia's place like some point last year and I was like, yo, like I'm bringing my Xbox. Like I
Like,
stayed
man's
over
got
for
the
3 days
Xbox, yo.
and
Holy.
like on the first night I didn't play it. Like we did something together, like we watched a movie. And
Mm.
then the second night, like I was like I'm playing Warzone. So
Already hopped on with Warzone.
I gave her my Switch and she was like, "Yeah, that's fine." Because she respects it. She
Yeah, I
respects
mean,
it.
she knows who
Exactly.
you are at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm such an extrovert, so like I recharge by seeing people. So to be honest, it's really not really much for me. But I've I've never really had a partner that I hung out constantly. And like currently right now the partner that I have, we hang out maybe like once or twice a week, sometimes maybe a little more than that. And so I find like that's more than enough for both of us. I still have all my time to hang out with my friends, to work on my work.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really have fatigue. To be honest, I have fatigue just with my friends because I find that, and this may sound a little bit pretentious, but I hang out with people pretty much every single day. It's like I'm always catching up with new people, like new friends or old friends, and I'm seeing them one on one. They're not like crews like us.
Mm.
So I'm
Yeah.
playing catch up like every single day this entire year with new people every single time. So I experience fatigue just like hanging out with friends, not with my partner, to be
Fair.
honest.
See, that's why, man, like me, I'd be combining my friends, yo.
I'm
Everyone's the same
trying.
clique. So when I see most of my friends, I see them all together if it's like a big flex or something like that. But yeah, I can see how that can be exhausting, just like hanging out with like different groups of people and stuff like that.
I gotta book people. It's so stupid. I have to book people 3 weeks from now.
Holy.
That's like every single day I'm busy. I hang out with you guys consistently, so I always make time for a consistent hangout with all of you.
Mm-hmm.
But with like the people I hang out with like one-on-one with, like for a drink, I'm like 3 weeks from now, can we hang out? And it's kind of tough.
Holy.
And that's exhausting because like I hang out with friends every single day. That means I push my personal work even more, which makes me stressed out because I value hanging out with people way more sometimes with work.
Yeah.
So there's like, it's a huge like push and pull there.
True, yeah, because I'm not in a relationship now, but I can speak for like when I was in a relationship. I was fine with like seeing my partner once a week, maybe twice a week. But we at the point we weren't living in the same city type thing too, so it was easier to like see each other like once or twice a week. But I'm kind of thinking like, say if I'm dating someone that lives like 15 minutes away from me, maybe I want to see them more often. Maybe I don't, but it's not like I wouldn't exceed like 3 days out of the week. But it's just because of proximity. It's just easier to do things together if you're close.
I mean, it depends really on your dynamic with your partner, right? Because there's times
It
where I
depends
really
who you
love
are.
being with my partner days on ends. It's sweet, right? But there's times where I'm like, okay, it's really just like once a week.
Yeah.
Or if it happens to be 3 or 4 days in a row, then it's cool. Him and I had some days where we hung out maybe a couple days in a row, but we work from home together. So like I'll be working in the living room while he's in his bedroom, and then we just work away and see each other like here and there. It's a pretty good balance. It depends on your dynamic too, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure if we live in Kanye, like Liv really like understands who you are, understands the game aspect, which is freaking dope. Okay, cheers to Liv. I love hyping up the girls. Okay, the girls are my life in this crew. But I'm sure you guys have a great dynamic, so it works. I mean, it shows you guys have been together for so long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get to know your partner, what they're comfortable and not comfortable with. So
there's some people who literally are attached.
Facts, and I don't know how they do it.
I cannot see particularly this partner ever apart. I've never seen them apart. For the 7 years they're together, they've been together like bone to bone.
They better be together till the end because
they are together bone to bone, but they do literally everything bone to bone.
It can't be me because sometimes you just hang out with like just a man. I'm not gonna bring along my girl.
Yeah.
It's just like if I was hanging out with like my homegirls, like of course she can come through. But if I'm hanging out with just a man, it's just like
I felt like with someone, I always had to bring them around all the time.
Of course.
And I like the way I am with like you guys, maybe a little bit. Actually, I'm sure you guys can all say the same. Whoever you are with just the mans, like you're fine. But when you bring your girl or your partner, you act maybe like a little bit differently. You want them to be included.
Like you want them included, you want them in the conversation.
Yeah,
like you want to make sure that they're okay.
You don't want to do your own
you want to
thing,
check up on them.
You don't want to neglect your mans. You don't neglect your friends.
Yeah.
You don't neglect your girl. Stuff like that. So it's kind of like
there's a time and place.
Yeah,
that's how I would do things back when I was in a relationship. It was like a bigger flex, sure, but it usually was just like me, Dak, Jerome, just chilling or something now. So it's like, why am I going to bring my girl with me? Because that's just weird for everybody involved. I don't know. And there's no personal shots. Like, obviously, why would I date someone I don't like? You know what I'm saying? But it's just whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, at the point of fatigue, if you're feeling fatigue, you got to talk it out. Like, or it's going to go downhill from there. Like, your bottle, if you're feeling fatigue, you probably have been experiencing for a couple of weeks and you're finally like hitting the bottle. You know what I mean? So you gotta like, if you're in a relationship right now, you feeling fatigued, you gotta start talking about that. Something's not right.
Like something's been grating you for a while, and at that point, it's really just coming up. Yeah. So you've been holding it in, and it's kind of coming out. So at that point, you need to speak up. You need to do something about that.
And it could be fatigue about anything. It doesn't have to be like hanging out. It could be fatigue on.
How about texting? Like
texting too can be a lot.
Communication, stuff like that. Because some people might be different. Because me, I like to text, but some other people like to FaceTime. I like to phone call. Like I don't like to do FaceTime or phone call. Like phone calls, I like to do if I'm doing errands. If I'm like going grocery shopping, if I'm driving, sure. If I'm just chilling on my ones, I'd rather just text you. Yeah. That's just me though. I can text for days, but some people don't like that. They want to see your face and stuff and understand that. But it's just like you gotta come with a compromise at that point, because it's just like, I'm not gonna make you text all the time if you don't like texting, but you can't make me FaceTime the other time if I don't like to FaceTime.
That's true.
To be honest, yeah.
All
I
right.
agree. Because
Yeah.
I don't like FaceTime.
Mm.
I don't know. I just don't like holding my phone. Also, like if I can text you,
I have my
toss it
purse.
somewhere,
Like,
then. But I also hate phone calls. So it's like
Mm.
if you're not texting me, it's like kind of hard to reach me unless it's like
Exactly.
I don't know. But it's a compromise you got to make. So
mhm.
All right, yo, that was a good convo. We'll wrap it up here. We're at 15 minutes. But we'll wrap it up here. But yeah, we can go on days without this conversation.
I know.
to be honest,
I
yeah.
feel like we had a good dialogue on it, because we had like three different perspectives on certain things. So and not just like the male aspect of things. So you have Allisa. So that's cool.
Facts.
But shout out Allisa for coming through. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
One more time, plug whatever you want to plug just before we wrap it up.
I think the biggest right now is please check out Serious Betty. If you're into like local Toronto music, it's all about emerging artists in the city and giving them a platform to exceed beyond, I guess, that forefront of trying to break through that glass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're always trying to focus on like rap, R&B. We're trying to diversify as well. If you're hitting up the blog section, Seriously Influential is what I write about. And it's I interview artists who talk or are doing things beyond the microphone, so social impact. So I talked to someone just recently on like a conference that they do that focuses on trying to make the industry more sustainable, equitable, and diverse. And then I talked to someone on women empowerment, someone on Black Lives Matter, another one on gender equity. And it's just artists who are doing more because they have a platform, so might as well use it. So definitely check that out. And plus, with events opening up in the city, we're always going to be posting all these events, so you can hit them up.
No more. You heard the girls, so check that out. I'll tag it in when I post all this. I'll put everything you need to know to find where to find Allisa. I'll put that in there. But shout out to everybody for listening. Next week we're on episode 10. Made it 10 episodes. I said it's a big episode I planned. We'll see if we can sort it out and do what we want to do. But 10 is big for us. It's light work for everyone else, but double digits in one season. Hey, last year, like I said, we only made this episode 7, so this is, we're coming back bigger and better every single week, So appreciate everyone for listening. We out. It's your boy Otis Dunks, aka Swaggy Yo. The vibes. We out here, Allisa, Kanye, James, Canoe.
Give me a big hug to Kanye too, virtually.
Shout out everyone that's watching. Shout out everyone listening. We out. See you next week. Easy.
Peace.
Bye.